This sounds fake, but you can now get the newest macOS Golden Gate look, running on literally any Windows PC. No Mac required, no giant price tag, and somehow it still uses barely any RAM. I tested it myself, and what happened next genuinely surprised me. Hello, and welcome to HT. And if you're one of our daily viewers, welcome back. Today we're putting Windows 11 macOS 27 Golden Gate Edition up against regular Windows 11 to see how they really compare. If you're wondering where to get your hands on this OS, check the pinned comments. You'll find the download link there, along with a link to our installation video on the channel Apidus. Before we get into it, I want to be upfront. This is a premium build, and once you see what's on screen right now, you'll understand exactly why it's premium and why it's worth it. Let's start with something everyone notices right away: the number of pre-installed apps. Windows 11 hands you a crowded start menu, pins everywhere, recommendations you never asked for, and 34 pre-installed apps, most of which you can't even remove if you wanted to. That's Windows 11 for you, cluttered and unfocused right out of the box. Mac Edition is the opposite story. There is no start menu. You have a macOS-style launchpad with all system utilities. The pre-installed app count is 0. Next up, disk usage. Windows 11 first. A clean install eats up 37.8 gigs. That's storage gone before you've installed a single app of your own. Mac Edition takes up just 8.25 gigs after installation, lighter, smaller, and it leaves you with way more room for the stuff that actually matters, your apps and your files. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite test, idle RAM usage. Windows 11 sits at 2.7 gigs of RAM usage on a 4 gig machine, doing absolutely nothing. That's more than half your memory gone before you've even opened anything. A couple of Chrome tabs and the whole system grinds to a halt. Mac Edition doesn't have that problem. Just 1.8 gigs on the same idle 4 gig system. Noticeably cleaner. And if even that feels like too much, there's a fix. Open Velotic Pro, head to the cleanup page, and enable AI RAM cleaning. Within seconds, your RAM usage drops all the way down to 0.8 gigs. If you want a cleaner install, lower RAM usage, and a system free of bloat, Velotic is the app for you. And no, this isn't a sponsorship, we built it ourselves. Velotic is a Windows utility that brings your PC maintenance into one place. Let me show you what it does. The dashboard. A clear readout of your system, processor, memory, storage. The information you need without opening half a dozen menus. Gaming. Velotic adjusts settings to improve frame rates and configure your GPU for games. The changes are applied for you. No manual registry edits, no guessing which toggle matters. Automatic cleanup. When your system needs it, Velotic frees RAM and removes junk files. It runs quietly in the background. You set your preferences and leave it alone. Debloat. Choose a pre-built profile or create your own. Remove bundled software and services you do not want. Windows stays, just leaner, closer to how you prefer it. App installs. Search for software inside Velotic and install directly. One step, one source. No third-party download sites, no extra installers bundled in. Compression and power tuning. Compress disk data to recover space, up to 70% on supported files with no noticeable performance hit. Separate tools tune the CPU for lower heat and better battery life on portable machines. 500 plus tweaks. Fine-grained control over how Windows behaves. Every change is optional. Use as many or as few as you want. Everything in one application. Cleanup, debloating, installs, compression, tweaks, normally scattered across separate tools. Velotic combines them. Early bird access is linked below. Windows 11 to Tiny 11. Open debloat, select Tiny 11, press play. Velotic manages the full debloat from start to finish. That is the workflow most users come for. Velotic is available now at early bird pricing, link in the description. Back to the benchmarks. Let's look at CPU usage on both systems. Windows 11 runs 156 processes, 2100 threads, and 64,000 handles at idle. That's a lot happening in the background while you're doing nothing at all. Mac Edition runs just 99 processes, 1500 threads, and 38,000 handles on the same hardware, significantly lower across the board, and that translates directly into better temperatures, higher FPS in games, and lower latency. Now for the real test, GeekBench 6. This is where the gap really shows. Windows 11 scores 2272 in single-core and 5469 in multi-core. Run the exact same test, same hardware on Mac Edition, and you get 2505 single-core and 6920 multi-core. Same machine, same benchmark. One clearly comes out ahead. We'll drop the links to the full benchmark results in the description so you can verify all of this yourself. Let's move into configuration. Windows Defender works completely fine on macOS 27 Golden Gate Edition. It's just disabled by default, so it isn't sitting in the background flagging false positives and slowing you down. But if you want it running, it takes just a few clicks. Open the Configure app, go to the Defender section, and click Enable. That's it. Windows Defender is active. You can double-check it in the Security Center if you'd like. Now, updates. Security updates are enabled by default. That means only security patches install in the background. Everything else stays paused, and you should only turn that on if you actually need it, since unpausing updates can also mean Microsoft quietly reinstalling bloatware. You can also disable updates entirely from the Configure app, but we don't recommend it. Turning off all updates breaks the Microsoft Store. Speaking of which, the Microsoft Store works on Mac Edition just like it does on any other build. Since Mac Edition ships with 0 pre-installed apps, you'll actually need the store for your everyday tools, things like Notepad, Calculator, and Snipping Tool. Just launch it like normal, search for what you need, hit Get, and installation begins. If you've got a Microsoft or Xbox account, sign in right there and pull up all your purchased apps and games. And once installed, something as simple as Notepad runs perfectly. No hiccups at all. Now here's the test this build is famous for, booting it up on just 256 megabytes of RAM. For some perspective, 256 MB of RAM takes you back 25 to 30 years to computers from the 1990s. And here we are in 2026 with a build that can still boot on that exact same amount. Is it fast at that low a RAM? No, and that's not the point. The point is showing just how far this thing can be pushed. And when we say stable, we mean it. Even at 256 MB, it doesn't crash. We've kept our end of the deal, now it's your turn. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The purchase name for Mac Edition is sitting right there in the pinned comment. What you're getting is security and support, the kind you won't find in other builds. Sure, free builds exist out there, but they come with risk. Either they're unstable, broken, or worse, carrying hidden malware. Here's what we're offering instead: a safe OS, stable enough for daily use and real work. And if anything goes wrong, we're right there to help, so go get it before the deal disappears. Thanks for watching. This is the Harbor of Tech, sailing off.